And finally, we are back after like what, months and months and months of non-coffee runs for some reason. I kind of went off the grid with that for a while, but we're back, and I'm back with a very one of my favorite guests, because he's actually the one guest that usually likes to talk about music, which I love, and and food and everything else that makes life great. But yeah, I'm here with Dez once again. It is great to have you, man. Yeah, this is season 3 now.
This is season 3. That was kind of your thing. I kind of stole it, but
yeah, no, it's cool. But yeah, we're at season 3 now. This is the first guest. You're the first guest to try out the new and improved, upgraded GoPro Silver Edition 3 Plus. Long ass title, but yeah. But yeah, that's this is cool. I'm back from Vegas. That is July 3rd today, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. The 3rd, yeah. So tomorrow's the 4th. Hopefully I'll have this posted by tomorrow. I'm gonna try, but because it takes forever for them to upload sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're back, and we're actually just leaving Waffle House. So I guess we'll make our way to Starbucks, and it's crazy because the movie is like the Coffee Run Motion Picture movie is only what, like 2 weeks away or so.
Yeah, it is 2 weeks from tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh crap, it is, and I'm starting to get nervous. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm getting nervous and excited just thinking about it, and a lot of people are gonna. Mike just confirmed he was gonna be there. Yeah. Yesterday he said he posted on there, and my other friends will be there. You'll be there. So I mean, yeah, I might even like. It's starting to get a little overwhelming because I've actually gotten a lot of people confirming like for sure they're gonna go. So I might even have to spread it out on Friday or throughout Sunday, depending on how many people, because if I get like over 15 to 20 guests, then I might have to like have a 2-part thing or whatever. Yeah. It might be like the motion picture part 1 and then part 2. Right. Since that's common nowadays with movies, but
yeah, we're gonna go like Avengers with it.
Right.
Infinity War.
We'll have to. That's gonna be awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked Ultron, but it wasn't as good as the first one.
No.
I like the first one better. But good action though. Vision was definitely like the hero of that movie to me. I love
Vision. Vision was cool.
Yeah.
Vision was really cool.
But how have you been though, dude? Before I get into like rambling territory.
I've been good, man. Got a new job about a couple months ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Moved up to a sous chef job, so I am second in command in my brigade now, which is very, very nice. It's been something I've been wanting to do for a while, so getting to move up and have more of a say in the operation aspect of the whole hotel as opposed to just the kitchen. I'm really getting plugged in and really getting involved with the whole operations aspect of a hotel, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm. That's cool though. That's really good. And I'm a fan of the Hilton, just the hotel, of course, because I stay at those a lot. But like when I go on trip, like for the anime convention here, they have the Hilton's right next to the George R. Brown, thankfully. So I mean, that's usually the most convenient place to get a hotel room at. So I'll stay there, and actually I didn't even get to tell you while we were at Waffle House. I actually got a good deal. Sorry, dude, I don't have any money. Actually, I do, but I don't really want to reach there right now. No. You're ruining the coffee run, man. I'm just kidding.
Let's go here.
But yeah.
I would help him out if I didn't see him on his iPhone 6 Plus about 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, right. Pulled see, right? I mean, you see them like carrying freaking. They might as well just carry laptops here.
Right.
It's so weird. In Vegas,
have like one of those square pockets. Like, oh, we can't accept. If you don't have any cash on you, that's fine. Because for your convenience, we've added the square, so now you can just swipe your card with your.
See, that's what I'm like. One of these days it's gonna get to like that fancy, or even hobos will have that. It'll be really weird. They're gonna have their own little corporation going.
Right, and their little.
They're gonna be like Donald Trump, who? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they'll be like, hey, well, I understand if you have any cash or coins or anything like that, but for right now, you can't donate to my cause. With the use of a credit card, I'm like.
Right. And then it'll even have options like donate for booze, drugs, or other things. Like it'll just say that.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. One of these days. See, in Vegas, at least the people there, they at least like have a talent to give, to earn money. Like I mean, the street performers, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Seeing them, and yeah, that was awesome.
Well, I wouldn't consider myself like a philanthropist or anything. I mean, I'm all about. Helping people that are less fortunate for whatever reason they might be, but sometimes I do have to admit I've gotten not as good at it as I used to be, because I've just had some really, really bad experiences of I'll help the person in need. That's just how I was raised, and you met my parents and stuff, and
they're really nice.
Yeah, and I'm all about trying to help people in need, but it just got to the point where the last, I think, 3 or 4 times I've tried to help someone in need, I don't like giving homeless people money, because I think that, you know, if they're having an issue with any substance, whatever that looks like, I think if you're giving them money, you're just enabling their problem.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, I would go, you know, I'd give them, you know, water, or, you know, a sandwich from Subway, or, you know, I mean, just, you know, something like that. And, you know, the past couple times I've gone to do it, they've just been real stiff. I mean, they've just been jerks about it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, I really don't understand the process. They're like, you know, you're standing on the side of the road, you have the sign that says, hungry, God bless, or, you know, whatever that sign looks like.
Yeah, and something
You know, I go to give you food, and then you get mad at me and you ask me something. Like, I had one guy had a sign, I rolled down my window and he comes over, and I was like, you know, man, you've been here a couple days, I've seen your sign, you know. So I gave him a bag. It was McDonald's. It was like, you know, 2 cheeseburgers and a fry or something like that. And I had a couple of bottles of water in my car because I just gone to the store and bought some. So I put them in the bag, and I was like, here you go. I mean, like, this is you know, this is gonna feed you twice today, probably. You know. So I go to give him the bag, and he looks at the bag, and he's like, "What am I supposed to do with that?"
Really? He said that? Wow.
And I was like, "Well, you could like eat it." And then he was just like, you know, I don't want that. And I'm just kind of like, well, okay, now you're not getting anything.
Yeah. Right?
And I'm like,
you just ruined the moment.
yeah, and it's just kind of like, you know, if I was out on the street starving, apparently, like, allegedly, how this guy was, I would get, like, if someone gave me food, I wouldn't turn my nose at it. I'd be like, well, thank you very much. Not, oh, what am I going to do with this? Like,
that's a really rude.
I was like, you ungrateful D-bag. And that was my last experience with trying to pay it forward and give to the homeless, and it really didn't work out too well for them.
Yeah, well, now we're about to get to the rich, so we're at Starbucks. Yes, I will go ahead and take a grande caramel frap with extra caramel.
I will take the same.
And we'll make that 2.
Alright, can I get anything else?
That should be it.
Alright, be nice to
Alright, thank you. I was looking at that sign, said like caramel s'mores crunch or something like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's
never
a
tried.
seasonal thing. They're pretty good though. They're not bad.
Somebody's on their rags. I like how it has a little thing just written rags.
Yeah.
For that. See, I'm gonna still try to figure out, because I don't know if I should get in contact with the staff here, letting them know that I'm gonna be driving around like multiple times during this, because I'm gonna have to do that for people who actually want coffee. And if they don't, then thank God, because I'll just at least be able to drive around here. But I'm gonna drive around once to get mine, and then everybody else I'm gonna have to keep constantly going through the drive-through at least 5 or 6 times, because Soundwave can only hold what, like 2 to 3 people. So I mean, like, it'll be in groups, so I know you and Mike will be in the first group probably. You'll probably be the first people to actually go, and then the rest will just follow. But I mean, and it's weird because I have to account for, like, you know, people are gonna have to, some people might be late, which will be fine because I'll be going with different people anyway and stuff. But I mean, I'll have all the, like, the groups ready and posted hopefully like a week before, or like the week of, or even a few days before, I don't know. But it'll be like ready well before the movie, most likely.
If you're taking like victory laps around the Starbucks.
Right? That's gonna be funny though. I mean, well, because pretty much how it's gonna work is like say you, me, and Mike are the first group, so we'll go get our stuff, and then we'll just drive off while everybody's waiting here. They can wait inside or whatever. Yeah. And or outside, doesn't matter. And we'll just drive around for like 10-15 minutes, come back, pick up the next group, and then y'all can wait there. If y'all need to go, if y'all have somewhere to be, y'all can go. But I like to, whenever everybody gets there, to have like a big group photo or whatever for the coffee runners. And I even opened it to where people can, if they want to cosplay or like dress up, they can as well. Because I had cosplay coffee. Like I remember I was Spider-Man, just as Spider-Man, and I had the mask on, and I was like, hey, what's up? And I was like talking in the voice, and it was funny. And my friend was cosplaying too, because he goes, you should totally put the mask on. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to see it at this thing, dude. But I was like, you know what, screw it. And I put it on right before I got to the drive-thru, and they were like surprised. And I was like, don't worry, this is not a robbery. I'm just on a coffee. It was hilarious, but so it was funny. I had to do that, and then I need to do that as Arrow. I haven't cosplayed as Arrow on the coffee run yet.
That's great. Like, I'm not trying to rob you.
Yeah, but I want some coffee.
Yeah. hand over the coffee that I'm paying for, and we'll be good.
That was hilarious. I was like, don't worry, you're not getting robbed. Well, luckily it was my friend was working here at the time. I think she was here, so that was cool.
You had the 2 caramel frapps with extra caramel?
Yes.
Alright, 963.
Alright, actually I have a 10 here. Hold on. I knew I had a 10. Here you go. You can keep the change.
Well, thank you.
You're so generous.
Alright.
Folks, he left him 17 cents.
It's kind of messed up because I just donated to her and I didn't donate to them. But still, oh well.
But she's actually nice though.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, we're donating to the rich, I guess. But
I guess.
right. But yeah, that's yeah, I guess that's how, in general, in theory, the movie will work. I don't know how many. Like I said, this is like the first time I've ever done this, or I think anyone's ever done this. So it's gonna be kind of like a just do it as you go type of thing too. Like just improvise, I guess. And the camera, see, I'm hoping this little thing like just stays like functional throughout the whole, because it's gonna be a 2.5 hour thing. So it's gonna be on from the minute I get there, like till like we finish, like till the last guest comes on. And this thing has like 4.5 hours of battery at the most, I think, because it's a silver. Like it's the higher edition you go, the less battery life you have, which sucks. But the better quality it is, I guess.
Oh, okay. So that's like the trade-off.
Yeah, and because I know I had the white edition, completely not racist, but yeah, I had the white edition. That was like what, 1080p. This is, I think, 1080p as well, or something like that. But like, I guess a wider field of view, or I don't know. And then the black edition, once again, not racist. That's like 4K Ultra HD. So I'm like, wow, really catering to the black edition.
Yeah. So it's like with GoPros, once you go black, you don't.
Yeah, you really don't go black or back, I guess. So yeah, that's really. But still waiting on that brown edition. Hopefully it gets out sometime the next few years.
You just gotta believe, man.
Right, and just the brown plus edition.
Yeah.
They'll call it the brown stain edition. That'd be great. That'd be horrible. 3 racist jokes in 1 minute. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Even for us.
Right. Thank you. Can I get a few napkins?
Nah, bro, they're out.
Right, they're always out. You can take your pick with whichever one you want. Thank you. There we go. We should have just surprised Mike and been like, "Hey, we're here."
Right.
That'd be fine. I think. Well, he's probably on his way to Dallas by now.
Yeah,
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get out of this clusterfuck of traffic. I'm gonna go that way.
Assuming this gangster doesn't hit you.
Right. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Could have been dead if he hit me.
Right.
Oh, it was cool. The rental car that we had for Vegas was a Charger too, the Dodge Charger.
Oh, nice. What'd you think about this?
It was pretty cool. I was my first time driving one, and I punched it too. It was like when we were on the freeway, and it was cool. But I only got to go like 110 because my friend scared the crap out of me when he goes "Boo!" like that, and I was like, holy shit. No, because he did that, but he also goes, "Hey, is that a comment?" I go, "Where?" And I had to brake real fast, and he started. I was like, "You dick!" And I was like, I was just about to hit 120. But the top speed on that, I mean, it was a 2015. It's only 140. And I was surprised because this is 160.
Yeah.
And that's a V8 and this is a V6. So I was like, what the hell's going on? But
that's funny.
But it scared the crap. He scared me twice like that. The first time when we actually drove right into Vegas on the, like on the strip, and he goes, I think, oh, it's because there was the light was yellow and it was turning red, and I sped up, and then he goes, "Boo!" And he did it loud to where I was like, I jumped up because I was kind of like sleepy. I had to have I actually had a straight coffee on, like no frap on the plane. I just had a coffee because I was that tired, and then it woke me up. And then we stayed at Excalibur the first night. Excalibur is actually a pretty decent. Yeah, that was funny though. You would have laughed fast if you would have been. He just goes, "Woo!"
What the heck is this going on here? That's like, sure, let's just go ahead and take illegal U-turns wherever we want. We're in America.
You can do that in Vegas though. That's the cool thing. I love that.
That's pretty sweet.
I was surprised. Well, you're actually not supposed to still, but I mean, you can do it, kind of, and I did. But it was fun. And then of course they had that one White Castle in Vegas. It was awesome. I mean, I can't believe they had. I didn't even know they had a White Castle in Vegas. I didn't see it last time I was there.
Yeah.
But the Bellagio, we went to so many places, man. We went to Bellagio, Caesar's Palace, the Aria, Treasure Island, Flamingo. I think Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. I don't know why we went there. We just passed. I think we were just walking and. Yeah.
Like, hey, let's go check what this place is all about.
Right. And then the Flamingo, we played there. We were mainly just playing the blackjack tables, so I didn't really gamble at all. Like, well, I mean, I didn't play the slot machines at all.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. And then MGM Grand, we went there. I just didn't like being there. Well, like, I didn't like the chips they gave us because they had Mayweather on it. but so I couldn't really do much about it. But yeah, that's just.
So you just kept like running your chips all the way around the table.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, and I was like, I should be winning. Mayweather's on the chip. No, I'm losing, but
Right.
I forgot it. Yeah, but still, and then they had like a whole wall dedicated to him there, and it said like Mayweather versus Pacquiao, De La Hoya, all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, should burn that down. But but the MGM was nice, and then I went to the first club I've ever been in Vegas there, which was a XS nightclub. That was awesome. Then Zed was there, and I got like really close to him. It was crazy.
So did you go to see him, or did you go and then he just like happened to be there?
No, I went to see him because
Okay, cool.
what's kind of funny is the club there. Sorry, he's on a comfort. Like I knew he's gonna point out Soundwave. Sorry, just keep walking. But anyway, pretty much.
He almost hit Soundwave.
Yeah, he was trying to.
What a d-bag.
I know. I'm not gonna donate because they're gonna hit.
You know, one of those guys was actually.
That's waste management. Why would you be? He's wearing a waste management vest.
Maybe he moonlights as a drug counseling.
Yeah.
Revenue assistance aide, and then by night he's a money. By night he's a waste manager.
Money.
And morning he's a revenue manager.
That's hilarious.
One of those guys like dressed up like that guy. One of those guys, man, tried to hit on my mom once.
Seriously?
Yeah. He tries to hit on my mom while we're sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Hey, what's up, mama?" And I'm looking at this clown like, "Bro, are you serious right now?" So
that was like uncalled for too.
Yeah, I like gave him this death stare, and he was just kind of like, "Oh, maybe I probably shouldn't have done that." I was like, "Yeah, dumbass, you probably shouldn't."
Yeah, I would have been pissed.
Turd. I mean, but not to cut you off though. I just thought it was funny that he was trying to punch Soundwave in the hood.
Right, I was about to say, what the hell? You better back off. You're on camera, so I have everything taped now.
Right.
No, but yeah, I mean, what's cool about that club though is that well, it's funny how okay, if you're just trying to randomly get in as a guest, it'll be $55.
Mm-hmm.
But if you buy a ticket to like see the DJ that's playing that night, it's only $30 or $35. So you might as well just buy the ticket to get in like for $35 as opposed to $55 because you're gonna get in either way.
Mm-hmm.
But buying the $35. So, and I really just wanted to go to see Zed, but that club is so big and nice. It's cool. Like they have poles on like the sides of each club, where people will dance on, and the club is huge itself. And then they have like the bouncers that are actually standing and blocking the entrance to the floor because there's too many people on the dance floor, and they have to block it and then wait until some people go out so some people can go in. I was waiting there for a good half hour till they finally let me in.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zed didn't come on until 1:30 in the morning and played until 3:30. But it was really cool because like there's the inside of that club, and then it goes outdoors. Like it's half indoor, half outdoor, and then the outdoor is like a big pool area.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing but like, I mean, it sucks is they don't let you go swimming after 10 p.m. But you get to at least dip your feet in the water. And then they have like a big bar area like in the middle of the whole pool area, and then they have blackjack tables right where the bars have like a whole bunch of them.
Oh, cool.
And then it was pretty nice. And then they have like a big garden around the entire area of that outside area. So that's another cool thing they have. And I mean, it sucks as drinks were $18 a pop there, so I was like, screw that, I'll just. Luckily I met two guys from the UK. One's name was Andy, and he was like the uncle of another guy whose name was Michael actually. He was from Liverpool. Mm-hmm. So I was like, holy crap, it's a sign. But yeah, it was freaking awesome, and he was really nice too. And he bought me a drink, and then I met this girl like during the show. She was from Canada. And, yeah, and her name was Tyra. She was actually really pretty. I got her number, but she never texted back because I think she was too drunk. She was really like hammered when I met her. Like she was like gone, and she was with some dude she just met from Germany. It's so weird. Like you meet so many different people there, and I love it there though. Like how you can meet. Like so, there's such a diverse crowd there. Like Houston is too, as far like when you get downtown, or if you go like, you go to any university like U of H, and you see like the diversity there. But I mean, there's just like I saw like this beautiful French woman there or girl there. Like she was speaking French, and I was like, man, you can cuss me out any day. But like I don't know, it's just it's really cool seeing like a diverse range. And they're all friendly in Vegas. I mean, they might not know how to drive all the time, but they're really friendly.
Right.
But yeah, it's really cool. And I don't know, Vegas is like the one place you can go to where you probably know you're gonna lose a lot of money, but it's okay because you're in paradise for a few days, and that's really all that matters. And it's weird because like my phone, like it says, like right now it'll say, like it says Houston, but sometimes I would turn it on, and it would just say paradise. It wouldn't even say Vegas. It would just say paradise. I was like, that's really cool how it listed it as that, and it was awesome. And yeah, I mean, it sucks because I don't know, like people know, but well, some people know, but the old camera overheated because of that, and it was just having problems. I had to get this new one, but yeah, as far as that goes, other than work, I guess, have you been doing anything music wise? Like, how's the music stuff's going?
It's going pretty good, man. I got recently, probably 2 3 weeks ago, I bought a new tube amp. It's all tube amp from Vox.
Cool.
So, been definitely bought a couple of different pedals, traded some in, kind of really working on really like achieving a good tone, just to play with. And I've got a couple of pedals actually from Troy Van Leeuwen from Queens of the Stone Age. I've got a couple of pedals that he uses.
Nice.
So, I've kind of really been able to shape a really good tone that I want, and it sounds really, really, really good, and trying to, get a couple of gigs here and there. I mean, just go out and play for fun, and, not really trying to make a career out of it. Just, go out and have some fun, play some music,
some side cash going or something.
Yeah, just because. So I've been doing that. I'm actually getting ready to probably sell a couple of guitars and old amps that I know I'm not going to use, and help that pay for some new gear.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny, how you when you first start, you're kind of like, okay, well, this is really good, and whatever, and then after some time, you're like, well, actually, I can sell this thing and then buy this with it, and then I'm gonna have to chip in an extra $100 or so.
Yeah.
It's great, and the guys at Guitar Center Pasadena are really, really great. I'm not sure if they're watching it, but this guy, his name is Lorenzo. Lorenzo and Guitar Center Pasadena, you, sir, are the real MVP. You're the man.
They actually help out a lot, those guys.
Yeah.
Pasadena.
Yeah, the Pasadena store. I've been to probably 5 or 6 different Guitar Centers in Houston. Out of every single one of them, I think Pasadena just has the best customer service.
Yeah, they do. They're really, really. They're actually knowledgeable there too, which I like. I've been to the one in Webster, or
I can't stand the one in Webster. Clear Lake, that one sucks.
Yeah, they don't really. They'll help you, but they won't like help you. Like the ones in Pasadena actually know what they're talking about. I met one dude there that's really helpful. I forgot. His name was Wes. I think I don't know if he works there at the Pasadena one still, but he did at the time, and he was the one who told me that the Axiom 25 keyboard, MIDI keyboard, was actually the one I should get, and that's one I had my eye on it anyway, and that's the one I wanted. They had it on sale, and he was like, yeah, man, especially for like music production stuff, this is the way to go. He knew his stuff. He DJs around Houston and stuff, and he's a really cool guy. But I mean, he was really knowledgeable on like a lot of the products there, and I love that. They're really helpful there. So shout outs to Guitar Hero. I mean, shout outs to Guitar Center guys. They're the real Guitar Heroes, though.
Yeah, they're great over there, man. That's the one thing I like, is that the one in Pasadena really has a bunch of good guys over there that are really knowledgeable and really know what they're talking about. They enjoy guitars and stuff, and I'll probably go over there probably once every 2 weeks. Scout out old used gear, see what's going on, get some picks, because I always lose them. Any guitar player that's watching, you know what I'm talking about. You know how girls always lose like those bobby pins? Any guitarist will tell you that those picks are like the same way.
That's funny.
We are always, I mean, I've probably bought like 10 packs of picks. I've bought over 100 picks before, and I'm still having to buy more.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know where they go. You don't know where they wind up. You just like...
They have a mind of their own.
Yeah. And you're just like...
They go where the road takes them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because it's just like, I'll be sitting there playing or, you know, doing whatever, and I'll drop it or something, and I'm just like, I'll just reach over and grab another one. And same thing with guitars, and if I'm playing and I break a string or something like that, I just like sit it down and just go grab another one and finish what I'm doing, and then procrastinate restringing the one that needs to be strung up. Yeah, you know, the one in Pasadena is great. You know, there was this funny story when I was in. I'd gone to the one in Webster about 2 months ago, right after I started working at the hotel I'm at now, and I'm in there, and this guy has a. It's an Epiphone, which is like a Gibson knockoff. He has like an Epiphone 335. It's from like the late 90s though. Wow. Or mid 90s. And he was like, dude, you need to buy this Epiphone. You need to buy this Epiphone 335. I was like, well, why is that, man? And he was like, dude, it's from the late 90s. I'm like, okay. And I thought he was joking, but he was actually being 100% serious. I was like, what are you talking about, man? And he goes, dude, this guitar is about to go vintage. And I looked at him and I was like, it's like, are you being serious right now? Like, that's the thing. Like, you're actually being serious. Yeah, bro, this guitar's about to go vintage. I was like, well, I'm just about to go. So I'll see you guys around.
Just about to go.
I was like, it's been a pleasure seeing you guys again. I will never walk into the store again.
That's hilarious.
Like, the last thing I need is some, like, turd trying to, I mean,
tell you what they think they know.
Yeah, this guitar is, you know, 15 years old. It's gonna go vintage pretty soon.
That's hilarious.
Like, that's not how that. I was like, well, in that case, I'm a vintage person because I'm 23.
Like, I was like saying that freaking car's gonna go classic after only 5 years.
Yeah, it's like, so I guess I've been vintage for like 3 years now. I mean, I don't know.
Vintage, right?
Yeah,
that's funny.
I'm a vintage person by that guy's standards.
Well, our taste in music, I'd say, is vintage in a way, but it's a good type of vintage.
Yeah,
which isn't like, you know, how most people's taste in music is nowadays, where it's kind of like all very current, delusional, and popish.
Yeah.
Should we drive around more? Or should we just?
Yeah,
like,
we can.
Yeah, I'll do that. It's weird. It feels like we haven't even been driving for long, and it's already we're almost at 30. I think we should probably get to the songs. I almost forgot all about that.
Yeah,
it's like the songs that really.
Breaking off for a second, talking about music, not to cut you off. Dave Grohl 2 weeks ago breaks his leg, goes to the ER. Comes back with a cast on his leg, finishes the rest of the show. To all you people, Dave Grohl is the man. And
that's godly.
I mean, yeah, I'm biased. Don't get me wrong. You know, Dave Grohl is like my man crush of music. You know, I'll be the first one to admit. And
you'd be the first to admit, yeah, you'd hit that. We all know those.
Yeah, no,
it's
exactly.
Okay, though.
I mean, dude, people like musician friends of mine and stuff were like, dude, if you went gay, it would only be for Dave Grohl. And I'm like, I'm fine with that. Like, you know, it's just like everybody that I play music with, and you know, people that are in like my church band and stuff. We all kind of joke about it, and they're just like, you know, I mean, but at the same time.
That's very applaudable.
Yeah, and for me, as a player and someone that's inspired by music, I don't think I would be where I'm at right now musically if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
You know, he wrote a lot of songs that inspired me to get better, and you know, he's played with a lot of good bands and stuff, and you know, I mean, again, you've got, you know, Justin Bieber's gonna cancel the show because he has a headache, or you know.
Oh, and I saw that picture where it said Beyonce canceled because she was tired. I'm like, yeah, that's just so.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like, really, and I mean,
she's gonna cancel the show because she's tired, and he's gonna fall off of the stage,
break his leg.
Yeah,
he literally broke a leg.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like, oh, I rolled. No, this guy broke off. They showed X-rays. His bone had dislocated 2 inches. I mean, it was he would just literally broke that thing. He had to have surgery. And he came back out with a cast on his leg and then just finished the rest of the show.
See, that's a true artist right there.
Yeah, and
It really is, and I would do that if I ever freaking like fainted, like passed out from heat exhaustion or something. But
yeah, I mean, you know, that's the thing. And then he came back and they canceled some shows in the UK, but their North American tour starts a week from now. And they were like, you know, I've got my leg in the cast. I'm gonna play while I'm sitting down, but we're still gonna go out and play.
That's good. That's
And
awesome.
it's cool, you know, and you know, that's kind of the thing with Dave Grohl. That's, you know, I mean, I've always liked him anyways, but you know, once that happened, everybody was just like, man, you know, everybody loves Dave Grohl anyways, or a lot of people should.
Yeah.
And a lot of people should. If you don't love Dave Grohl, you should.
I mean, it's Foo Fighters, man. You gotta love that.
Yeah, and you know, I do have to say though, looking back, I was disappointed in their last record last year.
Oh yeah, the
Sonic Highways.
Yeah, because I mean, they kind of seems like they recorded it in a rush or something. Or,
Yeah, I did not like that record at all.
Except for maybe that one song.
The first one was, I mean, there was 2 good songs on it.
Yeah.
You know, actually I guess 3. Feasting the Famine was cool. What Did It Do? God Is My Witness was cool. And the first one was cool.
Yeah.
But those were like it.
I mean, to make an album and record one song in every major recording studio in the nation, and then to try to keep an element from that city that you're in within your song, it's kind of hard to keep your own groove, you know, like to get something out of that.
And I respected it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think it was a cool concept, and you know, how they pulled it off, I don't think another band could have pulled it off. But you know, I just, you know, I really didn't care for it that much. And you know, when you come off of a record like Wasting Light, which I think is one of their best records.
That's the one with Rope on it too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good record.
Yeah, when you come off of Wasting Light, and I mean, again, all the Foo Fighters records, there's at least, you know, I'll go out there and say 5 good songs on an album, at least 5 or 6 out of the 10 songs on the record or whatever, however many they do. But you know, Wasting Light is one of their few records that I could actually sit down and just listen to, start to finish, without skipping a song, without going, you know, I could listen to the whole record.
Yeah.
You know, my least favorite was that one and In Your Honor. Those 2 didn't really do anything to me.
Oh, wasn't In Your Honor the one that had the best of you, or no?
Yeah.
I like that one.
It's a cool song. I mean, again, every Foo Fighters record has a couple of good songs on it, but you know, that one just really didn't do much for me. But that was also another one of the ones that it was more like a project record just than a record. And as much as I love Dave Grohl and stuff, I think they should just kind of really, hopefully they kind of learned. Oops.
Didn't expect that. All right, well, there we go. We're back.
We've had a brief commercial interruption.
All right. That was funny.
But you know, hopefully they learned that, you know, okay, well, we probably just need to stick with
what we're good at and what we know.
Yeah. You know, exactly. I mean, Echoes, Silence, Patience and Grace, that one. Actually, I'm going to back up. I'm going to say that one next to Sonic Highways is my least favorite. Which is kind of funny because, I mean, in Echoes you had Long Road to Ruin, which is a pretty cool song, and The Pretender.
Yeah, I like The Pretender.
And The Pretender, you know, actually out of all their songs, Pretender has more listens in any avenue of music I've seen, you know, like Spotify or Pandora or whatever. You know, they have more listens on The Pretender than all their other songs, which is kind of surprising to me because it's a good song. It's a great song. but it's not one of the ones I would figure that would really
Garner
stand
a lot
out.
of listens and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing that at least they got a lot of, because I did like that song. I remember I listened to it a lot back then. For some reason. I loved it. The video to it was cool too. I like the music video.
Yeah, the music video was great.
Yeah, but it was, yeah, I mean, well, did you want to put on a song that you might have
Yeah, I
ready
could
for us?
pull one up.
I know which one I'll put, but you can go first because my iPod's like in the middle and I feel like reaching for it. But,
Let's talk about Foo Fighters. I think it is kind of funny because I've been, and I almost wore my Foo Fighter shirt today, but in the spirit of Arkham Knight and my favorite comic character getting put on a video game, I just decided to put this on.
They really need to make a Green Arrow video game.
Yeah,
like an Arkham Knight type of thing, but Green Arrow.
And I have to tell you about, again, sidebarring, we just haven't talked in forever. I have to tell you about this concert I went to a few weeks ago. It's Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds.
That's what the concert was called?
Yeah, it's actually everybody's heard me play a Foo Fighters song before, so I'm gonna pull up Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds.
Sounds like you're cool.
Basically, there's Noel and Liam Gallagher. They both played in Oasis. Liam was a singer, Noel was his brother / lead guitarist. They break up a couple of years ago, and I'm not trying to hold your hand or anything.
That's cool.
They break up a few years ago, and then Noel went out on his own thing, and he came to Houston probably 6 weeks ago, I think, 5 or 6 weeks ago, and played. And I had a really good time with shows at House of Blues. I have a friend who works there, so I was able to get a really cool spot. But the song is called Lock All the Doors. It's from Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds.
Does it turn up all the way though?
Yeah.
So, and you saw these guys at House of Blues, you said?
Yeah.
Nice.
They put on a really, really great show. I was actually impressed by them, to be honest.
Sounds kind of 80s like, I like it.
Almost, yeah.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
I like it.
Especially like that guy trying to get money, lock all the doors.
Right.
But don't let him in.
And just start like dancing and jamming and singing all like,
Yeah. The other cool thing about Noel Gallagher is that he travels with a brass band. He has a brass band that travels with him and plays.
nice.
So it's pretty cool.
not happening this time.
Yeah, really don't appreciate it.
So that's lock all the doors?
Yeah, lock all the doors. Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds.
Awesome
here
freaking
first.
name. That's a badass name.
Yeah.
And this is cool because it's like new music too.
Yeah.
Mine is it's not an old song. Well, I guess it's kind of a little bit, a few years old, but it was first heard on The Walking Dead actually on like season 3.
Okay.
And it's I don't know why it's been songs been on my mind lately. It's called Warm Shadow from a band called Fink or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or Fink, that's just what it's called, F-I-N-K, Fink.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a Dactyl remix. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
I don't know, but it's a really cool song. I like it. And it kind of reminds me of The Last of Us, the way it begins, but music, but and you see like the little picture there.
Oh yeah.
It's from the actual, I guess, Walking Dead soundtrack. I like the way the guitar sounds in here. It's very I remember this was on season 3, I think, when Rick was making a speech, or like they were about to go to battle or something like that with the governor's group or something.
Mm-hmm.
But spoiler alert, but still.
Right. You
Small
know,
spoiler
going
alert.
back to, dude, I didn't watch any episodes last season. I take it back. I watched like 3,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I hate this season.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just bad.
The beginning of
Which one's mine? Do you remember?
This one's yours. Okay. I mean, last season wasn't bad. It was just like the episodes with Beth that really pissed me off. They were so boring. They had nothing to do with the story, nothing to do with the comics. And I'm like, it was stupid because there was some police, like it had like a storyline where they met police officers in Atlanta. And I'm like, okay, so you mean to tell me that throughout this whole time, Rick just seems to somehow bypass these cops in Atlanta that were in downtown Atlanta the whole time. Like, that does not make sense. Like, not only that, but it was swarming with zombies last time we saw it. And then we get to Atlanta here, and it's like, you know, oh, there's zombies here and there, and then there's a mini hoarder, but it's not like, I'm like, really?
Yeah,
like,
it was really inconsistent.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad, like, spoiler alert, but yeah, that's why I'm glad that Beth didn't really, you know, she was the one who screwed herself over in a way. I don't know, but there was a lot of deaths last season, and the show started getting really good towards the end of the season. It was really good at the beginning and the end. The middle was good too, kind of on certain parts, but not the Beth episodes.
I mean, my favorite was when they broke out of Terminus. To be honest, like the first 3 episodes were my favorite of the season.
Yeah, that's actually, those were my favorite. And then towards the end, there's an episode where Rick goes, he's making a speech, and they're in the barn house, and he says, "We tell ourselves that we are the Walking Dead." And I was like, that's awesome. Use the name of the show and the thing.
Right.
None of that, but that was all. That scene was in the comics. It was a different setting though. They were actually about to go to battle or something for the governor, when Rick's saying, he's shouting at people and he's saying, "Don't you guys get it? We are the Walking Dead." That's the thing, and it's pretty much just a testament to the entire meaning of the entire series and show and comics. But
yeah,
but it was just cool how he said that. That was like one of my favorite parts of the entire show. And it was like a really slow episode, but I liked it because I wanted to see an episode where they were just doing nothing but walking and just talking, because I kind of just wanted that, since in the show, I mean the comics, when you read them, sometimes that's all they are doing or can do is just walk and talk. So I really thought that was cool. But this song is actually pretty cool. I like it. They actually had some pretty good songs in the show from different artists and bands. There's like these guys named Jamie and Commons. They do a good song called "Lead Me Home" or whatever. And I don't know. There's some pretty good songs in the show. I'm excited for this season because it's finally catching up to the comics, to the part of the comics that I'm at, that I want to see happen in the show. Which I know it's going to be like people. Okay, because I watched Game of Thrones now. Not all of it, but I watched some of it. Like, I'm on like season 2, and people they'll say, "Man, I wish Walking Dead would have the balls to like kill off characters like Game of Thrones does." I'm like, well, you know, if you read the comics, genius, they actually do a lot more darker stuff that AMC just doesn't allow them to do on the show. Because I mean, it's not an HBO show. If it was on HBO, we'd be seeing babies dying left and right. I mean, you'd be seeing some crazy stuff. It's really grim in the comics, but
yeah, and it seems, you know, as more popular as it's become, it's really toned down too. You know, like the first 2 seasons were just like, man, this is brutal.
Yeah. But
then once it got mainstream, you know, in season 3, it just kind of dubbed down a lot. I mean, even though it's still rated like NA.
Yeah,
you know, it's still just kind of like, well, it's not as brutal as it used to be. You know what I mean? I remember in season 2, whenever they're running around, or no, season 3, and like Michonne's like, you know, stabbing the governor in the eye and all this mess.
Yeah,
It's just like, geez. You
Well,
know,
the beginning of season 5 was good because that was like that brutal thing where they had him over that trough or whatever, the feeding trough, and then they just slit their throat. That was like really. I was eating when I saw the season premiere, so I was really kind of like, wow, I kind of have to like push my food back for a little bit and just wait.
Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna sit this pizza down here.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just wait for this scene to be over, then I'll pick up eating. But yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that scene was crazy. I mean, what I do like though is that Carol is a badass. Like,
yeah,
she was the one character who, I mean, she's actually supposed to be dead, but she's in the comic she dies early on. Well, when the governor attacks. But I'm so glad they kept her alive because she is like, in the comics she's a helpless little, worthless, person, and in the show she's like she started out helpless and then she just became a freaking bat. Now she's like now she's so popular in the show now that people value her just as much as Daryl and Rick and Michonne. And it's like, it's crazy because those are like the four. It's always been Rick, Michonne, and Daryl, and now it's Carol as well. Like, she's made a name for herself, and that's so cool. And the actress that plays her is really cool too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a Warm Shadow. It's a pretty cool little song to drive to, I guess. And
right. To feel like cool too when you're driving.
Right. Just have like a freaking cigar in your mouth or something, like one of those little pieces of weed in your mouth or what.
Cruising.
And that'd be funny. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there's still so much to talk about, but I know we're probably gonna have to save it for the movie. But I mean, is there any other, I guess, plans you have musically for this year or the rest of this year? I can't believe we're already halfway through this year. It's passing by fast.
Yeah, man, for sure. I think I'm really one of the last times we talked, I was really trying to get down, put something down with my dad and stuff. And I think now what I'm gonna do is really focus on getting my tone down with my guitar. And I think I've really come a long way just musically. Musically I'm better, but getting the tone and really getting that good sweet tone. People that play in like my church band, we like to kind of josh each other because they're when you're playing like, I guess, like Christian like worship music and stuff, you're like playing like a lot of heavy like delay and reverb and stuff, and I'm everybody's like, oh, look at my cool new like delay pedal that I bought, or my reverb pedal. I'm like, that's cool, guys. And I kick on one of mine, and it's like, I mean, it's crunch, and it's distortion. And I've really gotten away from pedals that have like just a distortion sound. It's really, I'm getting the sound from my amp. And I've got a couple pedals. I have like this pedal, it's called the Soul Food. That's a cool name for it. It's from this company called Electro Harmonics. They make a lot of good pedals, and it's a simple pedal, man. There's really not much to it. It's got its on-off switch. It's got a volume knob, a drive knob, and a treble knob. And I turn the volume and the drive up to they're like at 90%. The treble's at 50%. And when I'm playing, that pedal is usually on. And it gives me a really cool crunch that I like. And then,
how many pedals do you own? Is it 4 or 5? Or like more than that?
Let me pull it up. So I can show you a picture of it because I just kind of rewired stuff around. But I'd say it's around probably 4 or 5. I've got a few decent amount now that I use. 1, 2, 3, 5 actually. I've actually gone up in my collection.
Nice.
But yeah, this is a Soul Food pedal.
I like that. Yeah, that looks cool.
I usually keep that one on the most. This is my latest edition. It's the super badass distortion.
Nice.
It works great. This Voodoo octave pedal is really cool. I bought it for, it's a clone pedal, and I bought it for like $30 on Amazon. And I had an $120 fuzz pedal because Queen of the Stone Age uses a lot of fuzz in their stuff. That's part of their main sound. And I had like this $120 fuzz pedal, and I was like, I'm not really getting the sound of the crunch out of that I want out of it. So I was like, you know what? I'll order off Amazon. It's $30. What I got to lose?
Yeah. I
get it in the mail, and I'm just like, wow. With that pedal, with the Amazon pedal, it's called Joyo. With that Voodoo octave drive that I have, I've taken my $120 pedal back for this $30 fuzz box.
That's awesome.
And I'm just like, you know, I never thought I would, but okay. You know, it has this it has an octave thing built into it that'll shoot all of your notes an octave higher. So whenever you're playing, you know, Smashing Pumpkins uses that a lot. Like a pedal similar to that.
That's
so
cool.
I mean, I've used that, and then the blue one, the Aquapus. It's a really, really good delay pedal because you have two different like delays. You have an analog delay and you have a digital delay. Your analog delay is gonna only delay you the most about, you know, probably a second, but it does a really good job of really echoing, I guess, your sound out more than another pedal. A digital delay is in the pedal, it's taking that signal you're shooting and then holding it and then dispersing it, as opposed to just echoing it.
Oh, okay.
I guess so. Like for that song "Rope," you know, that starting the dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun. That's a digital delay. Like you couldn't do that with an analog. I'm just more of a fan of the analog stuff than the digital, because when you run analog through tube amps, it really gives you just this awesome warm presence and tone. But yeah, man, that's the rest of my music thing going on. Been going to a new church and stuff, and talking with the guy that does the music there has been my friend for probably 4 or 5 years. I've known him. We used to work together in a restaurant, and he's invited me to come, do tryouts for the bands and stuff. So that's going to be my new, I guess, gig pretty soon that I'll be starting probably in a few weeks. So I'm excited about that. I'm really excited to move out and, try different avenues of music and try to, I guess, expand on my sound more than like that one pedal that I showed, that Pod XT Live. It's pretty much like a computer on a pedal board, and it's great. It's a cool thing, but the tone that you get from using these analog pedals is just so much better.
And yeah, I mean, there's just so much you can do with any stuff like that. And I mean, for my plans, it's still, well, I have a new mix out today, which I need to post. I tried doing it last night, it wouldn't let me, but I do have a new mix out. It's the Night Owl Mix 3, good for driving, just nice, cool, chill ambient tunes. But yeah, I'll be putting out more mixes, and I've been starting to watch YouTube. Shout outs to Seamless, who does videos on YouTube, because you do a great job with your tutorial videos. It's pretty much, it's like taking an online class, really, if you will. It's an online tutorial video series with a guy called Seamless, or he calls himself Seamless, and he just does tutorial videos for the program FL Studio. And he literally starts from the very beginning, from scratch, all the ways to there's at least 25 different videos, and a lot of them are at least 15 to 30 minutes or more long.
Oh, wow.
But it's they're actual lessons to help you learn, navigate, and use the tools that are given to you within that program, the DAW, the Digital Audio Workstation. And you're learning the ins and outs of how to use that program, and it's a lot more cheaper, because all you're doing is just watching them for YouTube, so it's no money at all. All you need is just the program and a laptop, and you're good to go, kind of. And I mean, I've been starting to, I watched one of his lessons so far. I'm gonna keep doing that. I've actually been taking notes and stuff too, and as I learn as I go, I'll be, of course, working on laying out some, and writing some tracks and stuff like that, so I can finally learn this program. And once I get comfortable enough with it, I'll make my own track, and then start expanding and trying to branch out and work with other artists like you and Mike, and see if we can finally get something going, because I do want to have at least one track out before the end of this year. I want to have at least one full song that I made myself. If I can do that, I'm going to try to do that. I mean, making mixes is fun and stuff like that, but I want to make sure I know I can mix music. I just want to make sure I can produce it, and I know I can, because there's a lot of ideas that all of us have that we can work on. But before we go, I honestly don't know how the hell I'm going to make this movie 2.5 hours, because our fucking coffee run was already 55 minutes. It's insane, dude. I don't know how I'm supposed to do. I mean, this is, of course, the first coffee run I've done in months, so obviously it was going to be long. But shout out to any of you who have actually stayed and watched through all of this, or any of the other ones, because I know they're long coffee runs. So thank you guys so much for still sticking with me and through all this, because I mean, a lot of people sometimes don't finish watching or don't even bother watching the long ones because they know it's too long. They're gonna be like, okay, we'll just watch like 10 minutes and then watch the rest. But I mean,
Right.
there are some people like that surprise even me that say, oh well, because like there was shout outs to Flora. I don't know if she watches these still, but I saw her at my friend James's party. I was like, hey, how you been? It's been forever. It seems like since high school. She goes, really? It seems like I always know what you're up to since I watched the conference. I was like, holy crap, I didn't even know you watched it. It's, sometimes people surprise me with who I find out watches them, but it's really cool how you know, at least people know how I'm doing even with these and how my other friends are doing. So it's really cool to have everybody, all you guys and you back again and stuff like that, because I think this is the first one we did for this year. Is it? I don't know.
It might be. I think you and I did one back earlier this year.
Maybe
but it's
in January.
definitely but it's definitely the first one of the summer though.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, definitely we're gonna have, like I said, somehow I'm gonna find a way to fit all the Coffee Run guests that are gonna be in the movie within 2.5 hours. I hope I can do that. It's gonna be really hard. It might be 3 hours, but I'm gonna find some sort of way to do this to where, and I don't even know if YouTube lets you do that. Like, do they let you post a 2.5 hour video?
Yeah, you can.
I hope they do.
I know somebody took some like Vine or some clip and made it into like a 10-hour thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So,
they do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can. You might be able to fit a couple hours in there.
We'll figure something out, but I guess it's time for us to say bye because we're already at 57 minutes. I want to make sure we close this under an hour. But yeah, so I guess just anything left to say to your fans, friends, or foes?
Not really. I think I left all my foes at my last job, so
good.
I'm just playing. But yeah, guys, like Mike said, you know, thanks for sticking through it, and you know, thanks for having me again, man. I mean, it's we've probably done a few of these now, and it just gets more fun.
Yeah, it's always you're always one of my favorite guests. You, Mike, Corey, and a few others are like some of my favorites to just talk about anything and just music and catch up. It's been fun. We will see you definitely. So we'll see you in a few more weeks anyway. But yeah thanks for watching for now, and until then, see ya.
See you back.